And away we go. Hey, boys, how's everybody doing here?
Good.
Yeah. Good.
Gave the nice long intro, so we had the good music going on there.
Yeah, that's the only way you get to know it's a Friday.
What you
Yeah,
did
once I was finally let onto the show, I was getting ready to contact my NAFF lawyers, National Association of Fat Fucks, to sue you for being targeted.
Yeah, we had a weight limit on the show. We were Tater. We had to get rid of some stuff to let you on there, Beach. Good grief. So hey, I'm glad everybody's on here. We've got Friday. Hopefully everyone have a good time. We'll have the first half of our show, which we'll talk about a bunch of tech shit, plenty more than what I had links for down below. So I'll have to add some more links about some of the topics that we will add that were added after I created the show this morning. So plenty of tech stuff to talk about the first part of the show, the first half. The second hour we will run in Go to Player Pass, where we will talk about Aquaman, the new Aquaman, and you're going to be able to tell us, did you love it, hate it? Did it get a play or did it get a pass? And I got to just remembered I got to vote before before 6 o'clock. I got to vote. So at some point when other people talk, I'll have to open up my phone and vote on Telegram groups. So yeah, hopefully everybody understands. If you've not watched this show before, we'll talk about a lot of tech shit, real nerdy stuff at times. We'll try to make it easy for you to understand, but we try to talk about the topics that impact your wallet when we're talking about streaming and how to get better quality streaming products, saving money to get the most so we get best bang for your buck. And my panel's full of people that are very savvy in getting the most content for the smallest amount of money.
Yes.
Basically, he's calling us cheap, so which is fine.
Frugal.
Frugal, yeah.
Thrifty is another great word. So lots of people over in the side chat. Hey, thanks to everyone that jumps in here. I threw your names as we were entering the show. So it's great to see all of our regular viewers on here. And if you ever want to be on the show with us on the panel, invites can be given out. Just hit me or Alvin up or one of the other guys on the panel. We'll get you a slot on here if you want to share some information. You just want to chit chat with us. The panel's open, as well as when we get to Player Pass, the panel is always open to have people. You do not need to show your face because you can see Beach isn't showing his. Eddie, only me and Alvin. So you don't have to get a camera. You don't have to show who you are. You can just, as long as you got a microphone. So that's the biggest thing. So we'll go ahead and get cranking, boys. What do you think? We'll start to get our topics going first.
That FCC, or you want to?
We'll start with the K app. Let's start with the because I usually try to start there. That's where most of our roots were.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, maybe not yours. Well, your roots were
there.
They
were. My roots were there.
Yeah, and then you jump ship
on a pie, a Pi Zero, okay.
Oh man.
Yeah, I started Kodi before it was XBMC.
XBMC on the old Xbox days.
Yeah.
Oh, those were the days. So hey, a few topics on this, and the guys on the panel be free. But I think there's a banner for that one, Bob. Let me look. There it is. There you go. You guys, if you can recall any other news that I did not bring up, but I'm not going to cover every build update, this or that, but I will hit on a couple things that seems to be more pressing subjects. So Open Subtitles a few weeks ago, OpenSubtitles.com went to a paid only version.
Yes.
So what you can do, so there's an option, you can install the A4K subtitles, run that. And you also can get a subscription to OpenSubtitles.org, if I'm not mistaken. It might be. Did I got that backwards?
Good. Or
I think it's .org. .com is the one you can sign up for. .org is the one that's a paid version. But so you can sign up and get a free account. That'll give you a username and password. You can use that username and password in A4K subtitles, and it will unlock the subtitles so you can get subtitles from all around the world. And I know probably Eddie is a person that likes subtitles, and you can watch. It gives you the largest selection, and A4K offers different sites that it pulls from. So if you're struggling with trying to find subtitles, you're going to want to get A4K add-on. I can't remember the repository that it's in, but you can get it and put your open subtitles, log in and password in there, and it unlocks it. You don't have to pay for it. And I'm not sure
how much they want anyhow.
I don't know.
I haven't looked into it because I never use subtitles, so I
use them all the time.
I know I haven't used. I never used it. I know I see a lot of people. So let's see. Here's the .org. So maybe it's the org you got to sign up for, because I do not see anything about buying.
Okay.
So
Subscene is my preferred.
Yeah. And A4K is A4K has that as part of their package.
Right.
So
one thing I like about Subscene is I can go into the filter, and if I'm looking for subtitles, I'm looking for forced subtitles. In a movie where there's 20 or 30 lines that were foreign language, so I can go in there and just type English forced, and boom, and when I search that whatever movie, if it has them, it'll show it.
Yeah. And forced. You're right on forced. I hate that. Well, remember what was it? One of the Planet of the Apes. Remember Planet of the Apes? The one of the later ones. I think the last one. And it would be like some monkey talk and some not. And it would like
sign
some
language.
and the sign language aspects, and like sometimes it wouldn't put what they were saying. It's like, what? I mean, I don't know sign language, so when the chimpanzees and gorillas are all talking, so force can help in those situations where you don't need it all the time, but you just want it when someone's speaking a different language or doing sign language.
I do have my
like in the program Echo, they use the subtitles for sign languages.
Yeah. I have my MB set up to just automatically pull forced subtitles if they're available, I guess. So I do use them, but only forced.
I use all subtitles. I grab and using, what is that Bizarre? Yeah, I think it's Bizarre.
So it's like a scraper one. So
yeah, it's
yeah, and I know and Blue watches a lot of anime. So she's having to get subtitles a lot for her show, or I won't even say anime, even like her Korean dramas and stuff.
Yeah,
she needs it for that. So, we use it on occasion. So if you're looking for subtitles and you're getting that nag screen, you need to just get a login and then enter that in the A4K settings, and you'll be good to go. So.
Good. So I hope my movie gets picked because it's 2.5 hours of subtitles. So there we go. Maybe that's instant karma. A foreign language film is going to get picked. Your first topic is subtitles.
Please no. The other big topic that came up just 2 days ago or 3 days ago, watch Nicktoons 2. A lot of people use that for their anime or their cartoons and stuff. It stopped working. There was a issue with, and I'm guessing it was that the website changed or something happened, because whenever you clicked on any category, nothing would open up. That has been fixed. So if you have the Digs repository or the Crew repository, either one of those two have the fix. So if you had to watch Nicktoons and it was not working prior, it should be working now if it has updated. So hopefully that will be good to go on our Kodi stuff. I don't remember any other big Kodi topics this week.
Why?
Yeah, so I see a bunch of look at Mulder. And we got a bunch of papers jumped in here, Stuart. Nice to see folks jumping in. What's up? What's up? Nice to see y'all. All right. Let's see.
What? I think that since we haven't been taking attendance in a while, that's why a lot of people have been coming in to class late. Because it's been, like 20 people in the last, 3 minutes.
We're not been calling out names.
Yep.
I see Jimmy and I see Redneck and I see
Steel just got here.
everybody rolling in late to class. Go to the office and get your late slip. So, all right. So we'll go into some of our. Bud.
Used to the show starting late.
Oh man, Beach is never giving me no slack.
Never.
All right.
Never.
So we'll start our bad news, rolling through all of our streaming topics. So Hulu and Disney both are going to crack down on password sharing, as Netflix did. So if you have a Hulu account or a Netflix account and you were sharing it with your sons or daughters, your mom, your grandma, your aunt, cousins, whoever, people at work,
you're screwed.
It's going away, and this is supposedly going in effect March 14th. Is when they said that this is going to go in effect, or as of. They've got a new terms and agreement that just came out, so they have a date effective March 14th. So we can expect to see a crackdown.
Large pirate hat adoption March 15th.
Yeah. Well, we talk about that. You guys remember when we talked about over and over about Netflix, and they went to this route.
They made more money.
And yes, they have increased subscriptions the last 2 quarters in a row. 22 million subscribers have signed up.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they knew more than me, and I guess people are more gullible than what I thought they would be. Maybe that's how I should put it, because I thought more people would push back and figure out other ways around that. But it seems like a lot of people are willing to just roll over and throw their arms.
Because it was simple for them.
Do it to me. No.
And
it's still a lot cheaper than a cable or satellite.
100%. As long as you ain't got 15 subscriptions, it is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we'll see that happening. So if you're sharing or you're using somebody else's account, you can expect in the next couple months that to come to an end. And I think Disney does offer the ad-based or the ad-supported, as well as Hulu. They have an ad-supported package, so I think that they'll probably push that a little harder over the next couple months. I bet you when it gets closer to that March 14th, I think we'll probably see, hey, if you sign up, you'll get a couple bucks extra savings for a year or something like that, just to try to pull in new customers that were leeching off of somebody else's. But I think with Netflix, here it is, a $22 million combined increase over the last 2 quarters, and Netflix getting closer to being profitable. Netflix, this was just, they were the litmus test on this. I think that everybody else is going to follow suit because they've seen what Netflix was able to do.
Yeah, get them to use it. Let them share your passwords, get people hooked and addicted, and
Sounds
then
like
say,
a drug dealer
no
to me.
more. Exactly. That's where they learn. So
I learned from watching you, Dad.
Yeah.
Pulling the damn, from the 80s commercials.
Yeah.
All those 80s commercials. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Or, all right, Jimmy, go pass this out to all your friends for free. Yeah. I love it when we make those quotes that probably, most of the people I think on the panel have relate, because most of the people in our age bracket that can remember those stuff. The younger people are like, what are they talking about? So, yeah, back when commercials used to be on TV, you used to see them all the time. So, another big topic that popped up, and this is a sign of the times. Nickelodeon app is shutting down, along with Comedy Central, the MTV app, Showtime app, and Paramount Network. Now, these were free apps that you could get, and you could, if you had a cable TV subscription, you could use these apps on your devices, and it was tied to your cable TV subscription. Those are all going away. Paramount and Showtime are being married into the Paramount Plus app. I'm not sure about Comedy Central or the MTV app. Nickelodeon, I'm sure that's going to be absorbed into somebody. I don't know who owns. It'd be Warner Brothers owns Nickelodeon, maybe. Wonder who owns them. And have to look. I don't remember. Yeah, this one doesn't tell me.
Showtime? No.
I'm not sure who owns. Whoever owns Nickelodeon is probably just going to marry and absorb all of their content. But basically, these were a lot of those apps that you could get for free. You could use them if you had cable TV, and now they are going away. So if you were using some of these apps, they are going away if they're still working. You can't install them anymore, but if you have them, they may or may not be working, but they will be going away. So,
I just checked on MTV's website. You've always been able to log on using your cable TV provider details, but you can always trick them. There's a 24-hour trial pass that they don't check the email address on, and as long as you go to MTV.com on an incognito browser and enter a fake email address, you can get a new 24-hour trial every day. And it still works. I just checked. So.
Okay. All right. So, well, yeah, if you want to log in 24 hours, you get a 24-hour test. But yeah, so this is the stuff we've talked about this numerous times about how everything became streaming, and now it's not profitable for companies. So they've got to get rid of what's not working, and then also pull together. And we've seen those bundles of services to try to be more profitable, I guess. And I don't know. I haven't had cable TV in so long. Whenever I went to these apps and it says, "Hey, tell us what your cable TV provider," I'm like, "Ooh, can't do that." Yeah.
I think it's been over a decade for me since I've had cable TV.
It's been a long time. I'm trying to remember how old my kids were because they were little. But, so if you're using those free ones,
you know what? What we need to do? We need to see how much money we saved by quitting, and give that number to those people that won't do it or have a problem doing it. You know,
and say I've saved this much over X amount of years.
Yeah,
just cable TV's minimum $100 a month.
Minimum, just cable TV. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well, and then that doesn't include the $15 per box.
Yeah,
they charge you extra. You know,
you want to watch some nice HBO?
Then there's always the assorted fees of whatever that are just like a random $6.36 a month for like administration fees. So
and those are all going up. I mean, we talked 2 or 3 weeks ago, all of them, because it was Comcast and it was Spectrum. They were all talking about that how they went up, and some of them are going to be $120 extra in a year that you may pay in those fees, as Beach talked about. Those we're going to get you for $3 here, we're going to get you $4 here, we're going to get you for $5 here, but could equal up to some customers paying $120 more.
And when you're talking the customer base that like Xfinity has, that's tens of millions of people. So 120 times 10 million is a lot of freaking money.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the progression of where we're going. It's just wondering what in 5 years, what's the landscape going to be?
Oh man,
I don't know.
I don't think in 5 years, I don't think there'll be any cable boxes anywhere.
No,
it's all going to be all streaming.
Yeah,
and everyone's going to have to go to whichever show that they want, and they're going to have to, buy their package.
And I think in 10 years, over the air stations are going to charge you $3 or $4 or $5 a month to access their stuff.
Yep, local channels.
Because they're starting to encrypt their signals already on that new.
I saw Tyler actually Tyler the antenna guy. He was on the show a while back ago, or a couple years ago. He was talking about in a video just released yesterday, I think, and was talking about the encryption and descrambling some of these signals that for over the air. I mean, how that's becoming more and more commonplace. So Yeah, it's a slippery world we're all living in. And for us, we've learned to adapt.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing I can tell all the people that are watching this, and people in our side chat already know. You have to adapt to the changing landscape of streaming content. You got to adapt. Don't say, this is the only way I can do it. No, because if that's the only way, guess what? At some point, that's going to be gone. And then you're going to be SOL. You got to be able to adapt. So if you can adapt, stay aware of what's going on, you'll be okay. But yeah, I don't know. Hey, here we go. We'll go over to one of Alban loves this subject, and so does Roger, about AI taking over everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the FCC cracked down on those robocalls. That has happened over the last couple of years. To whatever success you want to say, because I still get some calls, maybe not as many as I used to. So some of that has
the FCC only has jurisdiction over people that are in the United States that are doing it.
Yes.
It's going to stop nothing from the guys that are calling you from Bangladesh.
No.
It's not going to stop it one bit. And even the guys in the United States aren't going to follow the rules, because there's too much money to be made.
What I noticed on these robocalls, they give you directly to your voicemail. So in other words, you get the call, you try to eliminate the call, but the voicemail always stays there. You got to get rid of it.
Yeah, you got to delete that too. So
yeah, got to delete that too.
Well, what's happening now is using AI to generate fake voices, and I think in this article is talking about some AI generated things that created a President Biden's voice that would call people. I think it was in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Calling people in New Hampshire saying, "Hey, we don't need you to go out and vote. We got plenty of votes. You can stay home. We're good to go there." And basically trying to suppress votes.
And it gets even darker than that. If they can get a sample of your child's voice, they can make your child call you and say they've been abducted and they need money. And it's scary. It's real scary.
It really is.
Yeah, what's scary is because a lot of the older people, they believe in it. They think, that's my grandson. I got to help my grandson. You know, well, the guy wants $4,000. Okay, well, he's going to send a tender over to the house to pick up the $4,000. You know? Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's scary. I mean, and again, the FCC is going to try to crack down on this. I think gets closer to the presidential election. I think this is going to be widespread. I can see this being a tool used. Wait a second. And while I'm talking about this,
good luck.
I thought I got a spam call right there because I saw it flash that I had just gotten the call again. Could I have gotten a spam call right when I was in? Because, but yeah, we're going to see. I think gets closer to the election, we're going to see all kinds of people using this stuff. And
good luck with the government trying to police it, because good luck. Good freaking luck.
Yeah, it's a lot of common sense.
Mark my words, they're gonna really start. They're gonna say they're gonna make some sort of super network where nothing can get through, and we'll have to pay for it. Everyone will get their own IP address or something stupid like that.
Well, what worries me on some of this stuff, and it's just sometimes I think I understand the government does things that's supposed to protect you, but so often these programs get started with a good intention, and then over time it becomes corrupted, tainted. Even if it's not needed anymore, they overstep. And I think of Homeland Security when 9/11 happened, and that's always fresh in my mind when 9/11 happened and the government was pushing through all this legislation that needed to happen to protect the American people. And, you know, it was just racing through to become law, you know. Oh yeah, we need this, and everybody's on the bandwagon. And I remember going, whoa, you want to give the government what permissions to do what? Oh, they don't have to ask a judge for a wiretap? Wait a minute. You know, there was so many things that, you know, they can arrest you, but they don't have to charge you, and they can hold you for how long because you're suspected terrorist. I'm like, couldn't that be used on anybody? You're a suspected terrorist. So to me, when we see the government pushing out big laws or policies or to protect us, it's always like, well, wait a minute. Do we have checks and balances? What's our goal? Is there a cutoff time? So to me, yeah, we're going to protect you against these robocalls. I'm like, okay, so then what are you going to like scan every one of my phone calls? Or, I mean, it worries me.
The FCC has some very sharp teeth and can screw somebody's life up in an instant if they want to. But they are so overworked. You guys know I was in the telemarketing field for years. For years. And the FCC are the people that regulated my industry. And we did every kind of dance to hide what we were doing from them. And they aren't real smart.
Well, it's still people. It's still people that are behind the scenes on all that.
Yeah.
Look at here. Corey jumped in. Oh, what's up, my man? Yeah, him. Look at DJ's jumped over there on the side chat. Yeah. Awesome. Hey, any of those guys want to jump in? They're welcome to join. So yeah, it's scary. Here's now. What do you guys think about this? Google TV is now reporting that it's going to happen, that you're going to be able to make phone calls from your Google device if you have an on box that's running Google TV or something like that. You'll be able to send or receive calls. I guess it would be right through your TV. You won't have video at this time. There's no talk about video, but you'll be able to make calls, or if an incoming call is coming in and you're talking to your TV. It's an interesting idea.
It's just a matter of time before they put a camera on every TV that they produce, and we have video calls on your TV.
I mean, you know, it's to me, it's stupid. I mean, you're going to be sitting there watching a movie or TV show or whatever, and then somebody calls you. So I'm like, screw you. Call, you know, I don't want my TV answering a freaking phone while I'm trying to watch it. You know, that's why I have a freaking phone. So, yeah.
Especially for a robocall.
Exactly.
Watching a football game.
President Biden's calling me. Let me stop my show. But don't they already do? Doesn't like the Fire TV already do that, or the one that Google's like where phone calls will come in and it'll pop across the bottom that you have an incoming call?
Comes a lot
some TVs
from
offer
the internet
that,
companies. Yeah, a lot of the internet and cable companies do that also.
You
get that triple package.
Yeah, maybe I've been at somebody's house and I remember coming in and on their TV said, you know, you got a call coming from so.
Yeah, you would. They. I mean, you used to be able to get caller ID would pop up on your TV. You know, when they thought that was a big selling feature or whatever. You know, I can't look at my phone and see who else calling me.
Well, I gotta say, because I use this other app called Notifications for Android, and it's great on my phone because I can, you know, have those display right up on my TV screen, whether it's a phone call, a text, or anything that's coming through my phone. So I don't have to sit there and keep picking up my phone. You know?
So you'll be one of those people that actually uses this feature.
No, I don't. I wouldn't use that feature. I like this that I have set up because it puts through the stuff that I want to put through. You know. And
well, when you get it hooked up to your phone, let me know when you do. When we're watching a good movie, I'm going to be calling your ass every 5 minutes. Yeah, but what you eating? What's the weather like?
But they made it simple to get rid of those coming through.
Here is a topic I know near and dear to our buddy Alvin. Streaming media company Plex raises $40 million as it's almost profitable now.
Yep.
So what you think? I think you've talked. You've hinted that you felt like they were headed this direction.
They're heading.
It was concerning to you.
They're there, and we're gonna see what happens, because you got to think about they caught up to the last 40 million there by, they went to the big boys. A lot of those big boys were dumping money at them.
Mm.
They took it, okay, and now it's gonna be, okay, you can watch, this movie, that movie from all these other places, and they're gonna start, wanting to know, okay, well, how many people watched that new movie that came out, and they're gonna see it's not just, their way of the movie being seen through, HBO or whoever, but all of us that, have our own copies of that movie,
Yeah,
because they're gonna want to know, where's that coming from.
Yes. So will they roll over?
Right.
Start scanning their whole. Because remember the last time we talked about Plex, and when there was about security thing, they said that they don't scan what people's libraries. They don't, that they're not able to control that stuff. I think I had people doing the paid. They were paying for Plex accounts, and they cracked down on that. And I remember you talking about, you're like, who's to say they don't start scanning, even you who may have a private Plex server that you use just for you and your family. Who's to say they don't start scanning for that and maybe blocking your account? Or
I lost one.
Yeah.
So they're headed down that road. And I think what you're saying is that if they've taken $40 million from some big companies, what's to say when those big companies don't come back and say, hey, you remember that money we gave you?
Yep.
What we would like for that investment.
Well, what I wouldn't be surprised to see Plex down the line is you get more people, like everything else. Like the more people use it, people get used to using it. Like right now with our Plex passes, we're allowed to, I think, have up to 99 people on our servers.
Yep.
Right.
So I would not be surprised to say, 99 is an awful lot, and most people are going to use that. We're going to limit you to 10.
20.
So, so from 99 down to 10. Well, then if you want to add people, then it's going to be like $5 to add 5 people. I wouldn't see order now that they realize they can make more money. Let the price gouging begin.
Plus, they're going to start renting movies and TV shows.
Yeah, they're already doing
on their platform. So
yeah, they're already doing that.
Yeah.
Here it's saying that some of the growth came from its ad-based free content that you can watch, free video, free movies, free TV shows that are ad-supported. Saying that some of the money came from that, but
it's getting more and more bloated. The interface for Plex is.
Yeah. I mean,
and when they say ad supported, trust me, it is ad supported.
Yep, it is. That's why I'm liking Emby more and more every day, because it just has my libraries.
But now, just on the back end of that Emby, you have to pay for. You have to pay for a lot of that. For more users.
Not really.
No.
There's ways around it, Alvin.
Yeah, I understand that. Right, I understand that. But so I'm talking about for a normal person.
Normal person's going to have to pay.
It's going to have to pay.
Yeah, but I'm not normal. You're not normal.
Yeah,
I'm not normal.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say I do like the Plex interface more than I like Embys.
I do too, but it's just.
But it's streamlined.
People that aren't tech savvy or older people, they will get confused and they'll end up getting their credit card out or try.
Yep.
And I don't want to recommend my older friends to something like that's going to be predatory like that, and I feel that's predatory.
Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, this is the Ambi that we're talking about, and it is an offshoot of XBMC if you go way back.
Both Kodi, Plex and MB.
So
and Jellyfin, they're all offshoots of XBMC.
And
Jellyfin being that free option, but any of us that's used Jellyfin, it's definitely a trailer park. If you for an analogy, I mean it works. But I mean, you're talking about stripped down. It's stripped down and actually not very quick. If you get a large library, if you have a real small library, you might get away with it. But Jellyfin, I was kind of like, I don't know if I really like this. But I mean, Plex is great. I do like Plex music. I like my Plex amp. I like it. But I am worried about where this is going.
Yeah, me too. And my concern is because I know I sit there and say, okay, well, I'm ready to keep giving Cap a try again. Yeah. But with the amount of information I have, it's going to be madness. You know what I mean? Where I can't have it, the way I want it. Let alone like how you're pulling up lists and everything in there in Cap when you're talking about your own local stuff, it just doesn't work right for me.
Well, yeah, if you have a huge video library, the K app does. Yeah. There is some limits on that, and there is some, and I'll say lag on that when it's loading lots and lots of library.
Yeah.
The same with using Kodi as your interface for your IPTV player. If you don't, read out the VOD in your IPTV list, it's going to take you 5 minutes every time you start up Kodi.
Yeah. It's just you're just loading it with a lot of stuff. What's up, DJ?
How's everybody doing?
All right.
Good, DJ.
Hi, DJ.
I miss you, brother.
I miss everybody else. I'm just not around like I used to be. It's like you say, it must have took me about 5 minutes to sort everything out. Allow me microphone, allow me camera.
Talk about bloatware, trying to get in this place.
Allow me headphones, and it was like, put my StreamYard account number in, and because I weren't even signed in StreamYard, it was like, So it just proves on how long it's been since I've done this.
Yeah, been in here to hang out with us. So great to see you. I know that. I mean, you're always busy. I mean, this is a man that's always busy.
Well, as you know.
Yep.
Other people don't know as much as what you know, Dabs. But like I say, I keep that on the quiet.
DL. Like that's my street name. That's how I'm use some of them street words. That DL. That's how hip I am.
Yeah. You go there, White Shadow.
Yeah, my age shows. This gets around some of the kids. All right, hey, we'll jump over here to our next topic, which I've seen some people doing videos on this. I love the scare videos.
I take it. I missed the talk on the KOD app.
Oh, hey, do you got something else you want to share about that?
No.
Yeah, that was I tried to talk about there near the beginning because I feel like that's our base is there. So I try to give it.
I don't know because I jumped in. I think 10 minutes after your show had started, I missed the start of it. I was.
Well, we did. There wasn't a lot of things. I mean, we talked about.
There's one more in the start section, Todd.
Oh wait! Oh, I got to open up this other tab. I got to get a better way of. Diggs has updated his build. Yeah, I mean he's got a number of builds, so it's not one. So and again, Diggs, the team there, they are always updating. It's got their builds are not. They're a bigger build, and it's a lot of eye candy, a lot of stuff. And they have a following that's huge. But I know that he's had some updates. I mean, but he updates, I swear to you, every week, if not twice a week, sometimes when you have more shit in your builds, that means more shit's going to break. It's just gonna happen, and they offer a lot of stuff. I mean, from all kinds of scripts and this and that look beautiful, and they're so cool looking, and they edit skins and they edit all kinds of interfaces. So if you're using their builds, you really have to need to keep your stuff updated, because when you have that many things going, there's going to be things that break and don't work. So, or that need to be fixed. Yeah.
It's like you say though, not everybody wants to update the build twice a week, do you?
Yeah, some people don't. And again, but I'm again, a great team. I follow them. I'm on their Facebook page. I'm in a couple of their other groups. Always helping people. Their forums. I mean, his forums and tutorials and their wiki page. Hey, hats off, because their wiki page explaining shit. I mean, they do a great job. Now, not that anybody reads it, because it'll be like, how do I authorize RD? And an admin, like 10 minutes later, say, here's the wiki link. Oh, then someone else, hey, this ain't working. Boom, here's a link to the wiki page that tells exactly what to do. Wow. So to me,
it saves you explaining all the time.
But they still have to do it, because the newbie users, the noobs, the people that do a little Troy Point search. Oh, that's the best build. And they watch it and they say, it's got to install. Oh, this ain't working. Go right to Facebook. Oh, nothing's working.
As you know, Todd, in our world, there's no such thing as a best build. The best build is your own.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, it's
because like you say, all add-ons out there, third party, do the same thing.
Oh, yeah, they're doing the same thing. They're all doing the same thing. I mean, again, it just matters how many want and how. I used to be about flashy. I liked flashy a long time ago. Now I'm like, I just want to get where I need to get. Get me from point A to point B. That's all I want. I don't need.
You know what I miss about the Kodi scene? All the fights over, you forked my stuff. No, you forked my stuff. Oh, you forked my stuff.
Oh,
it's happened. That's happened, Roger. It has happened. It was Roger that was speaking then, wasn't it?
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. So it has happened in the past, and
yeah,
I don't.
Not as much
anymore. Not anymore.
As much.
Yeah.
It used to be a lot of groups.
To be honest, it probably still does happen, but we don't care anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Less. Yeah. Well, there used to be a lot of groups. So you'd have this group working, this group, and
it just gets to the point where you think, let them get on with it. I'm not bothered anymore. Yeah. Let them get on with it.
You can't sweat if someone's stealing this section of that section. All you're doing is drawing attention to it if you bitch about it in social media. So.
That's it. You're just drawing the wrong people towards you.
Yeah. So Amazon, we're going to bring up Amazon, and this is going to be a lot of videos, and we're going to see more videos. And so don't jump on a bunch of clickbait for people doing videos on this stuff. Fire TV is coming up with a new OS. Yeah, Roger.
There is no chance in hell they are going to put a new OS on all their existing sticks.
No,
it's impossible. Impossible.
No, they don't. I mean, we were talking about this last night. Yeah, somebody had asked that one of your big screen watching movies. I said, go back. I mean, they're still updating Fire OS 6. Fire OS 7. They don't ever change a Fire 6 device to update it to 7 because they know there's a good chance they're going to break it.
Right.
So anything, if any Fire device that you have now that is running like a Fire OS 6, 7, or whatever, it is not going to get updated to this new Vega or whatever.
Vega, yeah.
Yeah. So don't worry about it. Now, if you want to future-proof the next time Fire Sticks are on sale before you do that, I know personally I'm going to stock up on a couple, the ones that still have the Fire OS 7 on them.
I got 22 of them right now.
Yeah, well, but this way, I know who to hit up if I get running low. Exactly.
Check
goodwill.
check private chat, Todd. I don't know whether you've covered that topic on Amazon.
Private chat. Hold on. So where am I at?
The $2.99.
Oh, yes. Are we? That was actually I forgot to link that in here. We'll touch on that one.
There you are. I'm coming useful for a change.
Yes. Once in a blue moon. Well, even a blind squirrel finds a nut. Oh, we'll give it to you.
I seen it this morning, and I say, because you just got onto Amazon Prime, it jogged my memory. I thought,
yeah, that was one. So, but yeah, I do think that as the guy said, don't sweat this. Do not go out freaking out. If you're a person that wants to go ahead and get a few of the devices, the OS is not even made yet. They're just in the process of it. And what they probably will do is on a upcoming device, once the OS is ready, they will launch it on that particular device moving forward. Some rumor is what it's going to be a Linux based.
Yeah, supposedly Linux based. I think right now it's running on the Echo 8 on it. The Echo 8 is running that Linux based whatever Vega on it.
It looks like to me they're going sort of like down the Apple route, a closed operating system.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you can't actually use stuff other than it being Apple.
That's it. Well, it could be headed that direction. I mean, because you think about it, they're already in how many houses now, and they beat everybody with putting out so much product that again. We've said this a bunch of times in previous shows when we talk about these devices. These devices, they don't make money on these devices.
Nope.
They do not make money. So when you're buying a stick for $50, $60, if you're buying the Max, you might pay $60 for the Max on sale. They're not making any money on it. They want to make their money on the back end of it. So they're selling all this stuff at a loss to get them in your house.
Yeah.
And it controls your competition. Because what other devices, if you think about it, those streaming devices, we have a little bit, Roku.
Mm-hmm.
But again, those devices are not in as many homes as these devices are. Or people having 2, 3, 4 of them. So,
and here's the real insidious part. Amazon's all listen to every word you say in your home. So they're using that. They say they're not, but they're using that as a marketing device to know what to market to you. So
now I gotta go.
Yeah, but also wait till it comes out, and I guarantee you somebody's going to figure out a workaround how to get around. To be able to side load it.
We always do. Someone always does.
There might be an occasion where you can actually call it jailbreak because of jailbreak in the OS.
Yeah, because you'll have to be jailbreaking because you actually have to kind of mess into the OS to do a bootloader or something. This is, and we have that new. We've got the big one, and I don't know which one that is because it's the one that's like a frame. That the blue has.
I think you have the Echo 10, if I remember.
I can't remember, but I know that one. It does block sideload to APKs. There was a small loophole there for a little while, and they patched it. So when we got it, we thought we were going to put the K app on there. We're like, all right. And Blue's like, yeah, I can have that, and I can watch my TV shows in the kitchen while I'm cooking. And then when we got it, it's like we watched the videos on how to do it. No. They stopped it as soon as you try to sideload any APK. It's like no, it just like it won't let it engage the installer. It just won't.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that there is always ways around it. I mean, we look at some of the video game systems, the Xboxes and PlayStation, the Wii, the Switch, and how many of these companies are trying to stop these bootloaders or
look at the
jailbreaking.
Look at the PS5. That's been done, hasn't it, recently?
Yep.
But the companies the companies really go after them though to try to patch those holes though. So, sometimes those loopholes are only open for a little while, and as soon as you update,
I think they've found a loophole in its kernel or something.
Okay, so that's where you got to go. You got to go all the way into where it's like. Remember with the old Xbox, the original.
Personally, myself, I wouldn't go down that route myself. No, I wouldn't.
I'm not a gamer no more, so.
I am a gamer. I'm a gamer, but I'm on a PC, and like you say, I've got a PS4 Pro. I haven't switched that on for God knows. So I'll probably have like 4 updates on it. Software updates on it, and it's like, nah, I'll stick to the PC.
What DJ was talking about earlier is Amazon Prime. I think that started February 5th. So to start February 5th, ads arriving the 29th of January, so a couple days ago. And so we're going to be seeing ads on Amazon Prime. So if you don't want to see ads on Amazon Prime, you'll have to pay, I think it's $2.99 a month or $3.99 a month, something like that. So that is active now. So
I did see a couple of posts on Reddit saying that even after they paid the $3 a month to remove the ads, they were still getting some ads in some of the shows.
No.
Yeah.
So I was going to write Amazon and say, look, since you're putting ads in videos now, I would like to remove Prime Video from my Amazon account. All I just wanted the shopping and shipping. So please give me a reduced price on my Amazon Plus account and see what they say, other than laugh in my face.
It's like you say, a lot of people probably won't mind having the ad at the start or at the end, but having it in between, it's like, no, it's a bit like watching a normal TV service.
Well, all right. So we have.
It probably end up.
I'm trying to think.
It probably end up look like you've actually watching the NFL.
So
many adverts in that. It's like unreal.
I want to say on the Fire TV, maybe no, I think it was the Netflix. So I think it was Netflix because Blue has actually got the ad-based one because there was some show that was dubbed that she could not. That she was struggling to find on Kodi, so she ended up just getting Netflix for a month because her and her daughter are watching the show, and it doesn't. That Netflix ad one doesn't hit you with that many ads or that big of ads. The ads are kind of small. And I said, but that's for right now. Who's to say that 6 months down the road, those ads don't start to become more numerous as well as larger?
Yep.
That again, once you get it in there and they're like, oh, what is add to another ad and make it bigger. So that's going to happen. And sadly enough, nothing you can do except for, find other alternatives. And there are plenty of other alternatives. If you watch us, there's other alternatives. Hey, it's 5. So we're 55 minutes in. I'm going to talk about the one app that I was going to talk about. Then we'll hit on a couple other little subjects before we go into play or pass. And I don't know if DJ watched the movie. So I'm going to talk about the movie poster app that I showed it I had it running for a couple weeks over on that little bitty thing. I talked a little bit about the end of the show. I've showed some clips in Streaming Matters group. So let me share the video I made. Now that I have I got a TV to run my apps or run my posters. So I thought I'd share where I'm at on this. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta click this. Why is this not?
I mean, what you showed, it looked cool. It really does look cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get. Why don't I see my? Well, okay, get you to go away. Let's try this again. There it is, my media player. All right. So you guys got that, right?
Yep.
All right. So I probably should have muted this. Let me mute that. Okay. So is it muted for you guys? You still hear me?
We hear you.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So this is the $40 TV that I got off of Marketplace.
Yep.
Now, if some of my cord Nazis are watching, this is just not set up for good yet. This is just temporary because I've got to figure out if this is where I'm going to put it. But you can see the cords, and we're going to hide the cords, probably with a little strip because I don't want to cut into the wall because it may move. But you can see that it's running this poster. I haven't set up to change every 30 seconds or something like that.
Okay.
It will download new posters. So this movie's not out yet. So that's why we don't see down in the right at the bottom left, we don't see a rating for it because it's pretty far out. Here is where I pull up the you can pull up the settings and you can see there's a bunch of settings. Now I can link this to my K app or Plex or MB, and it will actually show posters depending on what's on my server. And I try to pull this out of the way. Now I was trying to videotape this as well as mess with the keyboard because I have a little wireless Bluetooth keyboard. I hit the interface here to make it go to the next poster. Takes a few seconds because it has to actually I'm running on an old little PC, little i3 PC. You can install this little remote thing on your phone and pull it up. Here, I'm going to go ahead and show some of the posters in the menu. Go to the cache. And this will show you all the posters where I can make edits. So if I want to change the poster, so say the Avengers, I don't want their poster that they have on there. I can go in, choose the poster for the Avengers and change it out. This is just going through just to kind of show you the options. You can see right now, 95 posters are in the cache. It will update automatically. You can blacklist things so not all posters load. But it's a fun little, fun project that I have. Let's see me back up. There we go. Fun project to have that changing movie poster in our room, which 99% of the people would think it's stupid and be like, "Wow, what's the point?" But for Blue and me, who, hey, we're not embarrassed. Yeah, we're not embarrassed to be that way. It's just who we are.
But the thing is, though, this is like showing you all movie posters. Can you have it set to just like a list of what you have? Like, say,
yes.
Yes. Okay, all right.
So if you can set up one of two ways. If you have a Plex account, you can actually link it to your Plex, and it will only show the posters that are on your Plex server. Okay. I don't have a Plex server set up like that, and I wasn't pulling from other Plex server, so I didn't really bother with that. And you can also set it up to a custom list. So I could go through and add a custom list, add the posters for the movies that I want, not import any new ones. That Miller one, that was a brand new one. I'd never seen that until today. So, because it downloads new posters for movies that are coming. Dune 2 is out. All right, so Dune 2 is a poster in our cycle. So you can set I only want to see these posters, and it will run through those. You can set it for, 20 seconds, or I can set it for 120 seconds, a loop. And then when I set it up to when I go to watch on Kodi, this goes kind of black with just the K, the blue K will show up. And at the bottom, it tells me what I'm watching. It'll say now playing at the top and tells me what time I'm started the movie and what time the movie will finish, like up in the top left. So it kind of gives you that. But it gives you, the developer of this gives you tons and tons and tons of options. I can have trailers. I can add trailers. It's kind of in the bottom third of the screen. It'll run a trailer if you want, but I found that to be kind of a pain in the butt and kind of annoying if you're in the room and all of a sudden trailers are playing every time for a movie. But a fun project. Instead of us buying movie posters and sticking and put them on the wall and get tired of that poster, it was an option.
Now, do you know by any chance if you can use it to pull your other list from Tracked?
No, I have not seen Tracked as one of the plugins. Tracked is not. Kaleidoscope was.
Okay.
Plex was.
Okay.
MB
so
Jellyfish.
it does use the Plex. Okay.
Yeah.
So it'll pull my list there.
Yeah, it had. So let me stop sharing. So I'll post the. Let's pull back over here. So this is the website, movieposter.app. It's a $10 donation. He does offer it for free. You get a little nag window at the bottom that's going to come open every time you turn on the device. But for me, $10 to pay the guy that has created this is well worth it for me. Yeah. It just, to me, it just gives you that feel. If I had, so Blue and I are talking about doing something like this. She's thinking about putting some kind of a box around that TV.
Oh, okay.
To make it so it don't look like a TV.
Right.
But again, I didn't want to spend a lot of money. I paid $40 for the TV. The little mini PC that I'm running on is that one I bought like 6 years ago, or well, maybe less than that, maybe 4 years ago. That little mini box. It was a little cube. But it runs well enough. You could put customized screenshot or screen savers. I haven't done that quite yet. So I got to come up with some. I told Blue she needs to break out her Photoshop skills. Oh no, her Photoshop skills to give us a better. I want a better splash screen, and I want like a top up here. There's like a part where you can put like a banner, and because right now it says Great Dane, which that's the guy that it's his Great Dane Theater. And I'm like, we need to have something cool up there, like nerd. We are thinking about like Nerd Theater or Old Nerds Cinema, something like that. I would call
it Geeks Gallery.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, something like now. This is when a movie is playing. If I had Plex, I would see this, but since when I'm using Kodi, it won't give me the movie poster because I'm scraping add-ons. Right. So you can't. It'll just give me the co-op. But this would be if you were using Plex. You see the start time over on the left, finish time on the right. Now playing, it would have pulled the movie. But
Dabs, if you encase it like that, is there any problem for the ventilation?
You couldn't make it like super solid tight, but again, it's all kind of aesthetics. So if you did like some cheap little 2x2s or 1x1 frame, it's going to get enough air around it, and it's not running. It's not going to run as long as our TV. You're only going to watch when we go downstairs is when you're going to see it.
Okay.
This is kind of neat where a person did like a little header on top of it. Not looking to go that far.
Right.
We'll probably go with just some little frame like this. Again, small investment, and just kind of looks neat and it's unique. So that's my little project, and still working on it.
If I had a theater room, I'd do something like that. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I told him the only thing I told about Blue is that I still want my at games pinball table.
Yeah.
Okay. So where I want the pinball table is about where the poster is. So I'd have to move, and that's another reason I don't want to dig in the wall, because I'm like, I'm gonna have to move this TV because my pinball table's going there, and we got my priorities. We got what's gonna go where, and
first world problems.
Yeah, it's that's us. So. All right.
Did you just check the private chat there?
I
sent some to you.
Oh.
Want to let you know.
Okay.
All right. Also, talking about posters.
Yeah.
I had something else to add that I didn't get to.
Yeah.
Because I got it really early in the morning, and you know me, I'm not up in the morning, but
you and Roger both.
right.
Yeah.
But Plex is now doing a what's the word? New posters for all of their stuff. Hold on, I'm just gonna throw this link at you and
Yeah.
find it here. It was on How to Geek. So come on. I don't know if it's gonna open up for you, but I just threw it in the private.
Gotcha.
But from what I was reading, it was able to, like they put out a new set of higher res posters for all of the Plex reds.
Now that's we don't need higher res posters. The bloat that Plex puts on your Fire Sticks already is enough.
Oh my God.
That's not going to open. I don't even have it open either. But I was able to read it on my phone this morning, and they said by the next time your system does a new update of something.
But
hurry up and get where you're going. You're sending my cat mad. He's chasing your mouse across the street.
I was looking. I don't ever have to. I almost never have to turn off pop-up blocker or malware blockers on this.
I'll see if I can find it somewhere else. Let me see if I can find it somewhere else. But basically, it's these new posters are coming out, and especially for a lot of the older stuff.
Okay.
Also, they were saying,
like the metadata for that huge Plex server that I had was like it was like 500 gigs of metadata.
Yeah.
So if they're going to get even bigger pictures on their
well, they're saying more updated pictures.
By more updated, I mean correct matches.
Yeah.
You guys are so rough on them.
News here. That's the only one that has it. Higher quality. Plex has changed its primary metadata source for movie posters. As a result, you should encounter higher quality artwork within. So they said that the next time your server goes out and redoes its metadata, it's going to update it all for you.
So Roger, let us know how much bigger it is.
Anything that you've
I'll make sure to
try that link, Dabs. I'll just put it in the chat.
Plex Dave is running more Plex servers, so I will ask him. I'll point this out to him for sure, because if it increases the size of the metadata, that's going to be a real issue. It's going to be a real issue. Yeah.
That work for you?
Yep. Hold on.
Seems you're having a problem with Geek or something.
Yeah, that did. Yeah, this is certain. There we go. There we go. So there you go. This is the thing where you're talking about. Let me make this a little larger. So yeah, Plex Movie Agent. So higher quality, which means bigger size. So we'll see. We'll see how much this impacts. I mean, it is nice to have some nice posters. I will notice. I know on my app, putting it on a TV that's in portrait mode, I do notice a difference. And I do go through and edit some posters. I'm like, that's not gonna work, because I want a higher quality. So but on a TV, if it's a thumb, or usually they're not humongous. So, okay, all right. Well, hey, we'll go ahead and get started. We'll see if Andrew rolls in here in a bit.
Okay. If there's anything else you want to talk about,
I think we hit on all of the topics.
I don't think so. Did we?
What else you got there? What did I? Oh, the only thing I didn't talk about was this the internet one.
Okay, we didn't talk about the Newegg.
Oh, yep. We'll cover the Newegg one. Hold on. Where did I? Because Newegg allowing people to do trade-ins.
Yep. Which is cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know that. I got a whole box of old video cards. I don't know that I would ever trade them in for what they're gonna pay me for them.
No.
Right.
Well, it's like GameStop. Remember GameStop? They would be like, "Oh yeah, we'll give you $2 for that." I'm like, $2?
You're better off just keeping it.
Right. Right, because you can always throw your a GPU into a Plex server at some point in the future, or a game emulation box that you build for a cousin or something.
Yeah. It just wonder because they
give a list of what they're paying. I think they say something. I can't see.
Trade in. Let's see. Trade in. Oh, here we go. So what? So
it's like I say, mine's probably 320, 340. What I paid for mine.
Yeah. So all right. So we got here's some of your 3060 cards.
Which is going to be. Sorry, Todd. So it's going to be sort of like looking over $600 for my graphics card.
Yeah, but your card. What if you? But that's a newer card. What you think about one of the old cards? Let's say you wanted to trade in. They're not even taking your 1080s, folks. So I don't think you're getting any.
No.
I've got a 1080 Ti.
Right.
It's still a good card for 1080p video gaming. I mean, you're not going to play the latest AAA titles on max settings, but you can play them on low details or medium details, and they're still a very good gaming card. If that's all you want to do is just play video games.
I'm an AMD.
Yeah, I am too. I'm an AMD fanboy. Always have been. So
really.
Yeah.
I'm an AMD for my processor, but my GPUs always tends to be a GeForce.
I
thought you would have been an IBM.
I never mix.
Yeah.
So I say my processor is AMD and the graphics card is AMD.
Me too.
Wow.
Always.
Roger, I thought you were Intel.
I have some Intel cards, but I prefer my AMD.
AMD.
Yep.
Okay.
Can't see whether mine's actually on that list.
Like I'm running a 6800 XT right now, and it's gonna be fine for quite some time because it's got 16 gigs of RAM.
I think that's the one I've got, Roger.
It's a great card. It's a great card.
They'll pay you $322 for it.
Well, they get it.
They getting that.
They get it.
A 68 XT is $322.
Yeah, I paid it. I bought mine at the top of the frickin' market.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, back in the days.
Yeah, when you couldn't buy video cards.
All right. Hey, did I hear Andrew pop in?
Yeah, he did, and then now he just disappeared.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
He's probably like, oh, you guys are taking too long.
No, I've got a 6700 XT. But
That's still a good card too. That's a good card too.
I've got the top end. The biggest spec they've got on the RAM.
So 12 gigabyte XT is $195.
Yeah, there's no way I would sell that card for that. No chance in hell.
Yeah.
Are they saying that they get? Is that a trade-in for a higher card?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they'll give you that, and then you got to buy a card from them.
No, it's not worth it. No.
All right. Hey, let's roll over to because we're at
I've got the 12 gigabyte.
All right. So for the folks that's not watched this before, this is where we roll into the play or pass segment of the show. So let me go ahead and grab the.
I got it.
Oh,
Oh, what I was doing the background. I'm sorry.
Oh, this one. Here we go. No noise. No music.
Why don't you drop that bottom? Oh,
There we go. And we're back to Play or Pass. So if you've not watched the show before, we will talk about this half of the show goes into a movie that we have watched, and we ask for your opinion on this. Is it a play or is it a pass? What do you think about this movie? No hard feelings which way you vote on this or your thoughts on the movie. Only thing
you vote?
Oh, yeah, I'll be voting while you guys are talking. The only thing we ask is that you can't just say the movie sucked. You have to give a reason. There's something that didn't work for you. So that's the only thing we ask. And people in the side chat, tell us what you think. And this, again, it's a new movie. It is out. So we're going to throw the panel is open. So what do you guys think about the new Aquaman Law and the Lost Kingdom?
I'm so glad that the DC universe has a new guy at the helm. Is what I think about it. This movie, I didn't hate it. I gave it a play, but it's a DC movie. They're just bad. They're just not as good as the Marvel movies.
Not watched it yet.
Um,
So it's a spoiler for me, this.
Yeah,
Sorry.
welcome
Sorry.
to the show. You're gonna get yourself spoiled.
yeah.
We usually have there's a banner running on the floor that says spoiler alert.
This movie,
It's like you say, some movies that I'll watch straight away, and some movies I'll just like, nah, I'll watch it another time.
this movie was. I feel it was the reason I feel bad about it or don't like it. It comes down to the editing again, and I think the editing was so bad is because they were trying to edit Amber Heard out of it because she is not politically correct at the present time.
At this time, no, she is not.
And I think that hurt the movie because it doesn't make sense in a lot of places, and it just felt like it was a movie by committee. Like,
well, there'll definitely be a third one.
I don't think so
I mean-
because Jason's not going to be in it no more. He's done with the role.
Well, trust me, it costs between 1 to 200 million to make, and it made 1.1 billion at the box office.
Yeah.
So trust me, he says I ain't going to do the role. They throw a fish load full of freaking money at him.
If they give him
I
the role,
guarantee you.
he's trying to get into the Marvel universe. He wants to play Lobo in Marvel. If they give him Lobo, there's no chance he's ever going back to DC. If they throw three,
I get Batista to do it.
right?
Yeah. But I mean, I'm like you. Was it great? I gave it a soft play because I know like one of my friends would like it, and everyone else would hate it. But is considering it was a DC, it wasn't. It was one of the better DC superhero movies. I thought there were things that bugged me, like the freaking octopus in the desert. That was just dumb. That's just dumb.
I
just could not get over that. Watched this movie 3 times, and I could not get over that. I mean, things were funny, like the little kid pissing. You know, it kind of did have like they were trying to take a Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, make it funny with the kid pissing on him every time he changed the diaper, you know, stuff like that. But it just it was it horrible? No. Was it great? No. Will I ever watch it again? Hell no.
Well, I got to give you credit for watching it a third time, Dave. I give you credit for coming in the show last night.
And I was doing stuff also, you know. You know how it is. You're sitting there when you're not hosting. You do have the luxury of being able to do other things while you're doing it. So, but just also to see what other people thought about it, whether it was just me and my old crusty ass saying, thinking, yeah, this thing is sucked and the octopus is stupid. But
we actually paid to go to the movies to see this. This was during Christmas break. Blue and I did a movie day, our movie afternoon, a matinee, which is not even, it doesn't even, the cost of a matinee is a joke now. $60 to see the movie and pay for your popcorn and drinks.
Holy shit!
$100.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So we went. It was again. We were on Christmas break, and we wanted to see something, and this was one of the movies that was out. And I'm like, you know what? Let's go see it. We enjoyed it. It was definitely one of the better DCs for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
It had enough chuckles in it, enough places that you kind of like laughed a little bit. You're like, okay. I did like I love the look of most of it. Reminded me a little bit of Flash Gordon from the 80s. Some of the special effects, like the submarine at points, and I looked at Blue and I said, this is kind of, I don't know why I'm thinking, or no, when they were going and chasing them like through the tunnel, like the highways, and then they're back out, they were doing, I said, I don't know why I'm thinking of Flash Gordon, like that old 80s Flash Gordon, the movie. I'm like, I don't know what it feels like that because it's kind of corny. The graphics aren't, the special effects, the ships, the graphics look good. The ships and stuff were like, I don't know, they just looked not high tech. So I guess they were trying to give that throwback look.
Yeah, it's kind of steampunky looking.
Yeah, you're right. Because it was like, this is not super high futuristic look. It does have that steampunk look of some of the vehicles. So that was a little throw off. And when we watched the movie this last time, we were Blue and I watched it together, and again, still liked it enough to say, okay, this is okay. Amber Heard had 10 lines.
Yeah.
He had 10 speaking parts in the whole movie.
And she was still terrible.
So one of the first things that you notice, did you notice that at the beginning, it's Jason Momoa and his daddy taking care of the baby? I'm like, where's the mama?
Right.
I mean, you see her at one point fold clothes, and I'm like, is that her only job? I mean,
and he refers to himself as a single father several times.
Right.
So I'm like, are they separated? Are they divorced? But you see her a couple times, but not like she's the active mom. And so that was kind of funny in a way when we're thinking, so this is how they're trying to get her out and give her, and I think Roger's point, I think they edited her so much to get her out.
But kept her in just enough.
So that did feel a little disjointed because it's like, that's the baby's mom. I mean, you don't see her and Aquaman fight like they don't get along. I mean, they seem fine, but why isn't she ever at the house? So that was kind of weird. I did enjoy the characters. I think some of the characters that are in this, most of them are pretty funny. I liked it when he says, "What's up, brother?" Don't call me brother. That little jab back and forth was funny to me. I enjoyed that, but for the most part, I was enjoying it. The special effects, again, they're good.
It would have been great on the big screen.
Yeah, it was.
I watched it in 4K, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was. But again, when we rate it against Marvel,
right?
But this is just a movie, not whether it's Marvel or DC.
Yeah,
it wasn't a good movie. Is my problem.
Oh, okay.
I think Blue and I
but it
gave
wasn't
like
a documentary,
I think it wasn't the doc. I think we gave it a 7. I think because I'm tracked. I think we gave it a 7. So it's not a bad movie for us. It wasn't a great movie, but she likes Jason Momoa.
I did too. He looks like he'd be a good guy to go hang out with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The ship. So this is that steampunk look. I felt like I was playing Walkabout. I felt like I was playing Walkabout because the ship, and I'm like, it just felt. I guess because they were saying this is a 1,000-year-old ship because the civilization been buried or frozen for 1,000 years. So that's why the ship kind of looked like it did. Captain Nemo-ish look. And the only other bad point, that Blue could not stand is this character here, the first mate.
Yeah.
Blue says, I can't understand anytime she says anything. She goes, it's like her accent was so weird. Her accent wasn't any one particular accent. It was like, she was like, it was like this, like she muddled all of her words together. And she's like, what is she doing? So that was one of the pet peeves. Every time that woman talked, Blue is like, there's your Amber Heard.
I love Amber.
Even if she shits on the bed.
I don't care. I don't care.
Okay, I saw this in two settings. I started off watching about the first 50 minutes, and I said, what am I doing with my time here? And then I got back to it maybe the next day, and it started to build up a little bit more. But at the beginning, I was going to give it a pass. But as I got into the second part, there's a little bit more action. I said I'll give it a soft play. But this movie, and what I found, okay, I've never seen the other movie with Aquaman, but this movie, I thought the CGI was on steroids. It was, I couldn't believe, which way it was going, But there was a few laughs in there, but, would I watch it again? No, but I give it a soft play.
Here's a scene where they're together.
Yeah, so weird.
One of the few. I think it was about the only time that they're like sitting happy.
Just because she's controversial, they cut her out of the damn movie.
They play it safe. I mean, we've seen that with Disney and all the big companies. They will side for being safe, instead of risking, hurting somebody's feeling or getting somebody all worked up. It's like, just it is what it is. Just I don't know. I was like, come on.
When they were in the water, and they do the CGI of their hair flowing in the water. Man, that turned me off, man.
Yeah, it was weird.
It's weird.
It's a weird look.
Yeah.
That's so hard to do. There's, you guys, I don't know how geeky you are, but NVIDIA had at one point released this add-on to their video cards that was called Hairworks that only dealt with hair movement. And it took so much processing power. When you would turn on Hairworks in a game, you would cut the frame rate in half, maybe even a third. So it takes so much processing power to do that. I just couldn't get that out of my mind every time it was going on.
I gotta say, my problem I had with the movie was just like back there where it was blue, like that there, Todd.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like so foggy, when you're trying to watch it. And this is in big screen. And I asked everyone else. They said, no, that's the way it was, even in the theater. And I'm just like, it's just ridiculous. It's one thing making a movie dark, but it's another thing to make it foggy, like I'm underwater, I guess. But
yeah. I'm guessing that's what it is. You're losing some of that clarity.
Right, and I lost that clarity, and it turned me off. Although I will still tell someone to watch this movie. I didn't like it as much as I would normally say, "Oh, I like this movie."
Yeah.
But otherwise, the story, I thought the story was good. But now hearing you guys talk about how much we didn't see Amber Heard and how she wasn't, really there, and I wasn't even thinking about any of that, Shame on the makers of the movie to do that, It's if you're gonna cut some, then cut all the way out and redo all of the freaking scenes, because we didn't see her in many.
Right, cut her check and hire a different actress to play the part.
Like I said, we counted all of her speaking roles, like not her words, but her speaking. Yeah. It was 10 times that she has something to say. Sometimes it was just one thing, but 10 times that she actually had a speaking role.
Yeah, then they would have done much better if they got rid of her and put someone in there. Not Gal Gadot, but put someone else.
Anybody but her.
Oh my God.
The only other Nick. The only other thing we complained about, nitpick, was, did you notice like the army, the people that were down there that were on the his team? I can't remember what you'd call it.
Right.
The army of the dead.
No, not the army, but the soldiers
that had that extra wetsuit.
What was up with the hips? Did you notice?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was like a padding that they had like on the outside of their hips, and Blue's like, "What's that for?" And it was it was like a pad. And I'm looking for a picture. I can't find one that somebody.
Yeah, it looks like riding pants.
Yeah, Yeah, I couldn't figure it out. And Blue says, "What is up with that?" She goes, "What's the purpose of that bulging on their hips?" I said, "It's like they're wearing football pads, but they turn them to the outside. Your thigh pads, they turn them to the outside." So I said, maybe they were like self-conscious that some people were hippie. They had kind of big hips, and so they make everybody's hips look big.
Yeah, make everyone's hips.
So that was the only thing we kind of made fun of. Every time we saw him, she's like, "What is up with those pants?" Yeah, I can't find
my opinion, or
yeah.
I checked out.
There we go.
I checked out so early.
Wow.
See if I can. I won't let me make them bigger.
Yeah.
You see, like this on. It was like, what's this on? It was on everybody on the side. So do you carry your gun there or
maybe?
So I don't know. I thought every time I looked at their outfits, I'm like, Flash. Ah.
Going in.
Yeah. Victor, one of us. I was looking. Did some other people? Did anybody even chime in at all about the movie over on the side chat? Not one thing.
Well, I haven't chimed in yet.
I was like, wait a minute. That was when we were talking about that. Oh, I had to.
Go ahead, Andrew. What do you got to say?
Andrew, what do you got to say?
Well, I was wondering if Todd could actually hear us every time I talked. You can hear us, okay, Todd?
Yeah, we hear you.
Can Todd hear us? Because every time I was spoke, he's been speaking over us.
I don't hear nobody.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought he couldn't hear us. Should I leave and come back?
No.
I think he's playing with you, Andrew. He can hear you. He's just pulling your leg.
It could be
hold
just
on, I gotta refresh. I'll be right back.
It could just be because he's really old.
Oh, he did reset.
No, he actually couldn't hear us because every time I was talking, he was speaking over us. Wait for him to come back.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I just thought he was being rude, or not rude, but just messing with you.
I was just thinking, Jesus Christ, will this guy ever shut up?
You just got to barge in,
Will this guy ever shut up? He just talks and talks and talks.
I can hear him now.
He's always got to be the center of attention, hasn't he? Just because it's his channel.
It's like
just
sitting in the
got to
middle.
barge in. Jump in and barge in.
Yeah.
I haven't got much to say actually because I checked out of this movie so quickly. This is the perfect end to a crappy DC universe. All I will say is James Gunn's got a lot of work to do to revitalize this. But I didn't like it, and like Eddie made a good point about the CGI. At some points it was really good, and then the main gripe I had with it was like the characters. When the characters were CGI, like when they're climbing up walls or anything like that, it was so obvious that it was CGI. And I was thinking to myself, there's definitely better technology out there that makes these things look a lot more realistic. So it just makes me think that the whole team on this movie just like checked out of it because it's going to be because it was the last one of this like DC EU or whatever it is, like the post or the pre James Gunn DC. Just literally like the last of this bunch of crappy movies that they've brought out. And I felt like this was just like a carry on of the crap they had put out before. I like Jason Momoa. I do think he's quite funny. but I just kept comparing it to Marvel, and I obviously because I'm a Marvel fan, I just couldn't help comparing it to Marvel, and I felt like his character was just trying to be too much like Thor. And obviously there's the bromance with the brother. There's a lot like Thor and Loki. But I did like their chemistry was really good actually, and that was probably the only decent bit of the movie was them two. But I don't know. I just didn't. The whole thing, the whole story was a bit boring, and the CGI was clunky. It's obviously Amber Heard's in it, which I'm not a big fan of Amber Heard. I agree. Like they should have just probably paid our big a lump of money and said, right, we'll get somebody else and fill the role because they're just. But I think probably by then they were like, what's the point spending more money on this movie? Like why give her a big sum of money and then have to pay another actor to come in and do shoot all the scenes again? And I just don't think they wanted to do that. So they're just like, we'll just put her in just enough so that we can say, well, look, she's still in the movie. But yeah, she was very limited.
You could have killed her, you know. That would have been simple.
Yeah, but
she should have died there when he was.
They shot her in the chest. Yeah.
But I guess at the time, though, I don't know whether they knew this was going to be the last of this era of this like DC universe movies that they did.
James Gunn had already said that he was not bringing any of those existing characters forward other than Peacemaker and Amanda Waller. Those are the only two characters that he said was going to progress.
I suppose they probably could have killed her off then, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess it's leaving it open for him in case he does want to bring. I think there's potential to have another Aquaman movie, which is.
Oh, me too. But I don't think Jason Momoa is going to do it. I think he's done with DC.
Oh yeah, I think he should be, to be honest. I think they all need new actors and everything. So
yep.
And actually, I think James Gunn's making a really good decision to bring the first movie to be the animated Superman movie.
Yep.
And I'm actually glad it's animated because we've seen so many live action Superman movies.
And they're all bad.
Yeah, I feel like the animated version is probably going to be one of the better. Because there's so much more. It's kind of like the Miles Morales, like the Spider-Verse. Those movies are really good, the animated ones. So hopefully he brings some of that kind of stuff to DC. But this movie, yeah, I just feel like. It felt like people had checked out of the movie anyway, the people who were involved in it. And I checked out quite early.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get into it. And like the CGI was a bit funny. It like sometimes it was good, sometimes it was like, wow, this looks really bad. And I didn't really get in, none of the characters really pulled us in. I don't like what's his name? Man, he played Drago. What's his name?
Dolph Lundgren.
I don't think he's a very good actor. He plays like he has the. It was like, do you know what his character was like? A bloody gangster in like an aqua suit. That's what he talks like. He talks like he's like from the gangs in New York or some bollocks.
Yeah, I don't think Nicole did very well either. I thought she.
No, I didn't. She didn't. I just don't think. I think Momoa was probably the best in the whole thing. Yep. Like he still stayed true to his character, and he's still trying to make it decent. But I mean, wouldn't you, being the lead man? Yeah. But yeah, I just didn't find any of the other characters interesting, and I couldn't get into it. I didn't like it, and if I had to, I wouldn't recommend it, because if I had to recommend a superhero movie, and especially like a DC one, it just wouldn't be Aquaman. It wouldn't.
I think you're right about some of those special effects. Yeah. And when you mentioned the climbing, I do remember that. It did look cheap.
Yeah, and actually when you were talking about the hair in the water waving around, like saying that was off-putting, that was actually the only time you could, like, it made it look like they were underwater. Because every other time when the hair wasn't moving like that, you could easily be forgiven for thinking it wasn't underwater, some of it.
Yeah, I think that's why they had to do it. It's because that's the only way they could depict that they were underwater.
Yeah. But there was a lot of scenes where they were underwater where they didn't do that, and you couldn't tell. I mean, I guess that's what they did with like the blue light effect, what Orban was talking about, where it made it look a bit foggy. I guess that was the attempt to make it like this because they're underwater and they're in the deep. I don't know. I think they could have done a lot better with it, but I just think they thought, well, it's the end of this series of DC movies, and they're not going to be putting much more money into it. And they've already had like the bad PR with Amber Heard and all that stuff going on. So I think they just checked out and were like, right, we'll just hire it out the way it is.
Same reason I never took anybody's 2-week notice when they were quitting my jobs. if you put in your 2-week notice, that's your last day when you're talking to me.
That's right.
I never really thought about that people checked out, and maybe that's why some of it kind of fell flat. And makes sense why some of the special effects look good and some didn't. I mean, like I said, it felt like it was at points that 80s Flash Gordon feel. It's like,
yeah. I mean, I imagine if you had Eddie's sons on, they'll probably tell you how hard it is to do the.
Well, I already
make it look like they're underwater.
I talked to Stacy, one of my sons, and he says, "Dad, don't you have anything else to watch besides acting?" He said, "Man," he said, "special effects in there, gee whiz, I give him 2 weeks notice and I'd be gone."
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but do you just think it was rushed? I just feel like that it was rushed to get it done and finished.
But they took forever to make this movie. It was like they reshot forever on this movie.
Yeah, so, and then I think we just gave up and we're like, right, that's good enough.
And then when was the strike? And then when was the strike? Was it done before the strike?
Oh yeah, years before the strike. Yeah. They were. It was in the can way before that.
Yeah, it was already in the can. Yeah. Well, then they should have redone it without it. They should have found a way.
But they know it's going to be the last of this like series of DC movies, so why would they bother? There's not going to be another one.
But you know, they're going to have like, you know, like we've all been waiting for a good Justice League or something like that. You know. And I'm just wondering how much the budget was for this, because then. Like, I guess that'll give you a good idea of why maybe they didn't reshoot some stuff. They spent quite a bit on it. Dave, you know that
Dave's gone. Dave's not here, man.
Oh, okay.
Dave's not here.
He had the.
Where's my car?
Before.
So he's away getting sorted for Tough Man, he said.
Yeah. Okay.
But I want to say it was 400 million. I think that's what I had seen.
That's what I had written down here, but Dave said that it was over $1 billion.
Yeah, he said it made 1.2.
Made. Yeah.
It's so hard to find
a good
production numbers anymore. I mean, it used to just be able to go to Box Office Mojo and it was listed there.
Right.
But now, no. IMDb had to buy Box Office Mojo and put it behind a paywall.
Mm-hmm. I use the numbers and.
That's quite a bit of money if it is now. And then I don't know how much you'd have to pay like actors and stuff for like reshooting scenes and there's like, and especially there is some quite high profile actors in it. I think they probably could have easily cut Amber Heard's. Like, they could have easily cut her character out.
Yeah, it would have made more sense, I think.
He could have. He had the opportunity to kill her when she got struck by the thing. She should have died.
Yeah,
and
but
then
I feel like, but I feel like maybe they might have been involved in some massive long legal battle with her, because then she's going to need to get as much money as she wants, like can get out of it, because she owes Johnny Depp quite a bit of money. So.
Yeah, and she's not going to work anymore. She's probably done as a working actress.
Well, yeah.
Well, there's
I mean, if anyone saw her scenes in the court, then I mean, no one's going to ever hire her again. Jesus Christ, she was terrible. Some of the worst acting I've ever seen. She had a better performance in this movie, and she only said 10 things.
Oh, Amber, poor baby.
Todd, look at the private. There's a link there for the numbers.
You see, some of the shots were really good. Actually, at one point it did to me. It felt like I started watching not Welcome to the Jungle, Journey to the Center of the Earth. Do you know when they got to that island with all the big bugs and stuff? I was like, what the fuck? There's the movie changed though. What's going on? But the scenes, like when both the brothers step up and you see like the waterfall and that in the background, all that imagery looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Just I don't know why some of the CGI looked really good and some of it just looked terrible.
Because half the guys cut out of there.
I think you're right about maybe some of the earlier CGI was done, and that had a certain look, and then near the end, like you were saying, when you mentioned that climbing scene, I remember that just looked. It looked like I think I said it looked like Sinbad. I was like, it looks like Sinbad climbing up a damn thing because it's only gonna look right.
Do you see the?
It just didn't look natural, did it? It just...
No, scroll down, Todd. Yeah, somewhere in there, is it? No.
No, it's right. They don't have a total here though.
I've seen someplace that said 205 million production budget.
Budget 205.
It's up by the picture.
Oh
you got to be on summary.
And do you know what it made? Or
yeah, it's right there, Todd.
Oh, budget. Yeah, 200 million.
I think Dave must have looked at Aquaman 1 because Aquaman 1 did make 1.2 billion. So I think he looked at the wrong movie because this one obviously only made 400,000.
Yeah, because he said he checked Wiki, and unless someone checks Wiki for number one, because I didn't think that this number site was really that awful all the time.
So, what did you say? It was 1.2 or 2.
David said 1.2.
1.2 billion.
Well, and then it made 413.
So here, leading total gross 118 million. But that
January.
That was for that week in January.
No, that's a running total. Because here we go, daily box office is 27 million, 46 million. You keep going, it's 118 million as of February 1st.
Right.
Oh dear.
So they made a loss.
It deserves to lose money because it wasn't great. It wasn't good.
Mm-hmm.
But I still give it a play because Jason's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm back. So domestic was 118 million. International was 294. Worldwide 413. But this is box office, so that doesn't count streaming because you would have to add streaming on top of the 413.
And this came out. What came out when this came out?
2 weeks ago, I think, for streaming.
It was in December. Well, it came.
When it was released in cinemas, was there anything else like out there?
Wonka was out.
You can click on that week link, and for each week it should show you what else came out that week.
Where are you telling them to click?
Where?
No, I just clicked on it.
It would be on the December 22nd was when it came out. So click on December 22nd.
Right, we had the dates.
And then Aquaman and Wonka and Migration were the top 3 movies.
Right.
Okay.
And The Color Purple.
And Aquaman was the highest. Huh.
Yeah, it was. But it only did 58 million.
And it didn't really have much competition.
No.
Color Purple. Nobody watched that. Iron Claw. A lot of people had buzz on that.
Yeah, that's a bit of cool.
So.
Ferrari.
Well, to make it look worse, it's all in Canadian dollars.
No, this is in the US.
Was migration above it?
Migration was below it.
Below it. Migration was third.
Oh, that's the second week.
This is but migration for the whole time.
Oh,
jeez.
208 worldwide. So, all right.
Doesn't feel good for a superhero movie. Should we?
No, I was liking it better than I'd listen. Once I listened to you guys, I'm starting to dislike it more. That's what happens.
I feel like that 5.8 is probably about right.
How many times have you guys watched the movie? Because this was only my first time watching.
I've only watched it once, and I'm only ever going to watch it once.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
I watched it because I had to watch it for this, and I watched it at the movie theater.
Okay.
So think about it. This was a $60 movie for me.
I'm glad it's the last one before James Gunn takes over. I have high hopes that James Gunn's going to do bigger and better things with the DC toys to play with.
I actually thought Blue might not like this, so I'm surprised that she played.
Nope. She enjoyed it enough. She thought that it had enough. Oh yeah,
had enough Momoa in it.
Enough, enough jokes and the special effects. She liked it enough. I mean, she didn't love it, but she was like, okay. When we left the movie theater, I said, "So what did you think?" I mean, we went to the show. That was all. I thought it was good. She was not great.
It was okay. It was okay. It wasn't great. It was bad in places. I'm never gonna watch it again.
Tie you down, make you watch it.
I still gave it a play because it was okay.
Gonna do a Clockwork Orange.
So, you're never gonna watch it again, but you'll still recommend it to somebody to watch.
God. Anybody that thinks Jason Momoa is sexy, I would recommend it to them.
We'll just recommend Game of Thrones instead.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and get to our voting on this, and so we'll run through the panel for play or pass. We also have a room in there where we voted on Telegram, so we're going to see that vote. And you folks on the side, play or pass. So play would mean you would recommend it to your friends and family, and pass means you would not recommend it to your friends and family. So let's go ahead and keep moving on this, boys. Andrew. Play or pass?
Pass. Wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
Okay.
I'd actually tell people not to watch it.
Don't watch it. Let's see. Alban, because you're on my left there.
I know
DJ didn't.
I'm a soft play, but I'm a play.
All right. Eddie. Oh, go ahead, DJ.
I'm on the fence because I ain't watched it yet, so I can't recommend it or anything. So,
what about you, Eddie? Play or pass?
It's a soft play for me.
Soft play. All right, Roger. Play or pass?
Like I said, I voted for it as a play. I'll never watch it again, though. But it's
yeah. And I voted for it as a play. Again, wasn't like a rocket. It wasn't like, okay, play. So we'll give it to you. But it was interesting. I love a movie that there was aspects we liked about it and aspects we didn't like about it. Alban, what was our voting in Telegram? What's that?
11-5 plays.
So
yeah,
2/3 to 1/3 kind of thing. Okay.
We need a soft play graphic.
A few people over Willa and Jim give a play, Leon a pass. So that's again a soft play, I suppose. Okay, so if the pain wasn't enough for us for what we watched on this week, we got some doozies. We got some doozies this coming week for.
Okay, just so everyone knows that the movie names are below, and who picked them.
Look at you trying to like up. I'm just letting you know I didn't pick it.
No, so, no, hey, it's like we always do.
Green one's mine.
All right, so we got the movies going across there. So we're going to be choosing one. So let's go ahead and get this wheel of crap going.
Wheel of crap.
There we go. Oh God, a lot of bad movies there.
Don't be the beekeeper. Don't be the Marvels.
Attention.
The beekeeper. Damn it.
No, keep going. Keep going.
I can comment on that one. I've watched it.
That's Jason Statham, right? Jason
Statham.
Hey, I
watched that one.
I watched it last night after we watched the Aquaman. We watched this in the room.
Oh yeah, okay.
You probably liked it. Did you like everything?
I like action.
Yeah. Did you listen to any of the anybody talking in it? Did you listen to any of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not good.
Not good.
Oh,
I'm saving for this because I actually picked it. I picked this one only because I wanted to hear what people's thoughts on this movie is because we watched it. Again? Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
And I did it. This was on purpose because I was like, we watched it and I'm like, oh, this needs to be on Player Pass. This has got to be on Player Pass. And we did have to cleanse our palate after we watched this. That's my only little
I'm gonna have to make a reference to my grandson. He'll tell me like it is. Hey, Grandpa, get a job.
Hey, my thing along the bottom there's got the wrong movie on anyway.
You're not running with the devil anymore, Andrew?
No, mine was the Trial of the Chicago 7.
Oh, okay.
That would have been good. That would have been great.
Yeah, and you have to.
But we got the Beekeeper instead, so you know.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it, there are people that have enjoyed Beekeeper. Just so it's I know people. So
there was some people that enjoyed that one too as well.
Well, we'll see how this all goes.
It was
okay. All right, boys.
All right, quickly, we got 3 other things here.
Yep.
We have this is where Dave ran off to. Tough Man is tonight
in West Virginia
and tomorrow in West Virginia, 7 p.m. So somehow we know that Dave is going to send out a smoke signal to us to tell us get the hell this game. Yeah.
Fuck out there.
Tomorrow we have UFC. It's early one. 4 o'clock is the prelims, and the main card is at 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And tonight also we have bare knuckle championships at 9 p.m. tonight, and they're in Hollywood, Florida.
The only other there are other couple sports this weekend. My boys, UNC versus Duke.
Yeah.
Basketball on Saturday. So Saturday has 3 big: Kentucky versus Tennessee, UNC versus Duke, and then there was another big game. So if you're a NCAA basketball fan, that will be a big event. And you got the Pro Bowl. All the Pro Bowl BS stuff is going on. Started yesterday, so we'll have some of that stuff will be going on for the NFL.
Okay.
Didn't we watch that Duke NC in VR last year?
Yeah,
we had it in there. Yeah.
So who am I rooting for again?
I like the Tar Heels, so I like UNC.
Okay.
And they were ranked. Well, they're still ranked number 3 in the nation. Duke is ranked 7th in the nation. So.
And what time is that game going?
I think it's 6:30.
6:30.
I think ESPN has it.
On what, Saturday?
Saturday. Yeah. Saturday.
Sunday.
So yeah, that'll be a fun event. I think. And isn't the NHL having their All-Star weekend? NHL?
I don't know. I don't speak hockey. I don't know.
I think weekends. I think it is, but I could be wrong. So a few things going on.
All right. Okay, it's 7:00.
Let me jump off here.
Okay, we gotta go.
All right. So thanks to all you guys on the panel. Sorry I talked too much, but you know what? Tough shit. That's just me. All right. You should meet me in person. And thank you guys for joining the show. Watch the movie for next week. Be it if you like it or hate it. We want to hear what you think. And hey, streaming matters to us because streaming matters to you. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Adios, amigos.
Bye.